Sure. So I'm Tammy Lawrence Symbolisti. I know that is a mouthful of a last name. And I promised my father at one point I would not let go of the last name Lawrence. So little did I know when I married someone that was Ukrainian with the last name Symbolisti that I would have a 26-letter last name. So that's how that came about. Anyhow, I am a certified yoga teacher and alternative care provider here in Cambridge, Ontario, and have done that since 2001. So I come to the practice personally with a background because I had a whiplash injury and was looking for something for pain management, and yoga just seemed to be where I got guided towards. And I found that it's really been helpful for my own body. And since then, my training has included things like Reiki certification, hypnosis, NLP, a lot of mind components to incorporate mind and body together. So we know that when we can work with the mind, we can work towards healing the body in a better fashion. So it's mind, body, spirit balance, which is what I bring with my toolbox to HopeSpring. Sure, I facilitate the women's support group, gentle yoga for symptom management, yoga for cancer recovery, as well as meditation. So I was approached to run that program about 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago. It was a few years before COVID. And when I was asked to facilitate it was basically, again, because of my background in the healing arts, that I would be able to bring some of that knowledge forward with me to help members who are struggling with the cancer journey. What I've discovered is how amazing these women are in supporting one another, that I really do nothing, to be honest, but sit there and make sure everybody has a chance to talk. These women support each other completely and fully. They share their experiences, not only with the cancer journey, but about personal relationships, about what's happening in their lives. And it's really wonderful to watch them be so supportive of one another emotionally. And obviously they do talk about cancer, being that's the group that nobody wants to join. But when they do come together, there is such a bond between them that almost happens instantly, being that they're in a shared journey. This is something that spreads over all programs that we work with, and it is present moment awareness. There's nothing we can do about the future because it's not yet here, and the past is gone and we can't change it. So really focusing on what's happening in this moment and how can we proceed with offering a lot of self-care and understanding and self-compassion, really, so that we can move forward in this present moment to the best of our ability. We're human. We're going to get tossed into the past and dive into the future to worries that things that haven't happened, but to the best of our ability to hold that space for ourselves so that that self-care can come forward in everyone's experience, especially when you're waiting for phone calls from doctors and all of these things that are involved in this journey. Absolutely. There are some that have gone through the support group that do not have support from anyone else in their lives. So there's no one else that they can share their experiences with. So coming to group allows them somewhere they can vent or release or just even share worries and concerns that they don't want to trouble family and friends with, if they're even available. Some people find that they're very alone through this journey and they don't have anyone to back them up. So it's a place where they can safely come and be heard and understood. So the program they can sign up for on the HopeSpring website, and it's under the programming, and it'll say Women's Support Group, and it's on Tuesdays from 11:30 until 1. So normally everybody attends. They usually show up, and some people come a little later, but it's usually right at 11:30 or 11:45 in there at some point. And as soon as they come in, everyone has an opportunity to discuss what is happening with them. If everyone is on time, we start together and we just choose someone or offer space for someone who wishes to talk or speak first. And everyone has an opportunity to share what their week is going like, what they're going through, what a struggle potentially could be, and the women offer support to that individual. Both of those programs share the same thing, and that's listen to your body. You really need, or participants really need to be encouraged to listen and to not take their bodies into a place of pain or discomfort. Now, that's a challenge, especially if you're in a moment or you're in a life experience where there's constant pain and discomfort. We don't want to exaggerate any discomfort or anything that's happening, but we want to bring healing to that part of the body. So we really encourage them to listen to what's happening and to kind of monitor themselves for that. There's not a yoga teacher on the planet that can tell you what feels good for your body. Only you know that. So I can offer guidance and support, but the individual really needs to follow direction themselves so that the practice is very safe. We're not here to injure anybody. So programs, they can sign up for them on the program calendar on the HopeSpring website. And we run the Gentle Yoga program on Tuesdays. It's from 1:30 until 3 p.m. That's Gentle Yoga for Symptom Management. And then the Yoga for Cancer Recovery runs on Thursday evenings from 6:30 until 8 o'clock. So I had met a woman who was going through a breast cancer journey, and I'm talking about back in 2002, I think it was 2003. And she was a member of HopeSpring, and she asked me if I was interested in teaching. And at that time, I thought, I don't know if I really want to have anything to do with that C word. And yeah, I don't think I could do that. But I thought, maybe I should get over myself and take this opportunity and see what it's about. And I have not looked back. I've been with HopeSpring, gratefully so, since 2003, I believe. And I have found the whole organization is just to be absolutely amazing. And the people who come to yoga are there because they really are working towards their own healing. And just, again, they need the support of being guided towards breathing and relaxation and just letting go of their day. And the mat offers a perfect space for them to do that. And some of the members have been coming since those same years. So they've been practicing along with me for 20 whatever years it's been. And I think that shows itself that obviously is working if they're still coming out to classes. Yeah, the one that springs to mind the most is this one woman who had just been through a breast cancer surgery. Now, I can't remember exactly what the whole situation was, but a doctor had told her, I think it was a doctor, somebody told her that she wouldn't get her arm up higher than her elbow higher than shoulder at some point. And she was very discouraged by that. And I don't know how long post-surgery it was that she had started to come to my classes. That's the part I was struggling to remember. But anyhow, over a course of time, now, of course, this did take us a couple of years to have this happen. However, we got her range of motion back completely where she could extend her arm right up into the air with her arm by her ear. That was with Gentle Yoga for Symptom Management. And we worked very closely together on giving her some homework pieces and pieces in class that we worked on together to get that range of motion back. And she was thrilled to have the range of motion back that she was told she would never experience that again. Both classes are facilitated very in a similar fashion. They're 75 minutes long. So there's 15 minutes at the beginning and 15 minutes of the end of relaxation. We work the rest of the time with the practice itself. Both of them start out very gently and slowly. People are always encouraged to listen to their own body, as we already suggested. And it is my practices flow very much from one asana or physical posture into the next. I've been told that that's one of the things people love the most because it's almost like a meditation in motion journey that we move from one to the next level. I offer different levels for each posture, so everyone just accesses whichever level of that posture that they're comfortable to go with. Some people who have been practicing a long time, extremely flexible, can go very deep into a pose. Other people, very new to the practice, really stiff, and they show it all over their whole body. So they're going to do the same posture, but in a modified fashion. So it serves their practice more than someone who has a lot more flexibility or experience. Exactly as I explained at the beginning of this segment is listen to your body. You know better than anybody on this planet how far to take something, what you should be doing, what you shouldn't do. And if it hurts, please don't do it. I feel like I should be facetious here and say how to meditate. No, we really work on teaching people meditation. It is a skill, and we call it takes practice for a reason. I started my meditation journey around the age of 18, and I won't say how many years ago that was now because it's been a couple. But Meditation does take practice. There are many different types of meditation to explore, and we can always find one type of meditation that serves someone. This is the biggest thing I hear from people. Oh, I can't do that. I don't know how to meditate. And I think it's a portion of people misunderstanding what meditation is. Some people believe meditation is having a blank, empty mind. That nothing could be further from the case. So we have a mind which is very active. What we wish to do through meditation is give the mind direction. So it's focusing on one particular task at hand. In doing that, a byproduct ends up over time becoming a more calm mind, less thoughts that are intrusive, and we can be more specific and more intentional on what we think about. So they can go to the website, and it's under the programs in the meditation, and it is offered on the last Thursday of each month from 6:30. We have it 6:30 till 8 o'clock. It usually runs 6:30 till 7:30, and we take that last half an hour to discuss everyone's experience and if there's anything further that people would like to discuss. The first thing that we do in every meditation class is called setting an anchor to your practice. So I guide individuals into letting one part of the breathing be a portion of the focus. So if you came to class, I would say, can you close your eyes? Obviously, get comfortable. Some people can lie down. You can sit in a chair. You can be on a bed, on a couch, or whatever you like. You can even lie on the floor. So I would instruct the people to close their eyes. And then I would say, can you bring your focus to the nostril point? And just station your awareness inside your nose, and just the part of your nose that people can see. So we don't want to go deep into the root of the nose, but just the nostrils. And we would ask you to feel or sense the breath as it flows in and out of the nostril point. And then we'll go deeper into the body and take the focus to your lungs. And feel how you're receiving the breath in and out of the lungs. So maybe you're breathing only into the upper lungs or the middle lobes or the lower lobes of your lungs. Lastly, I would say go even deeper and go down to your belly button. And notice how you're breathing using your belly. Now, every breath uses the belly. Well, essentially uses the diaphragm as you breathe, as the diaphragm moves up and down on each breath. But the abdomen, if you watch a small child breathe, what happens is the belly swells up really big. And then as it exhales, it pulls its belly button back towards its spine. And it does this naturally, a baby. As adults, we don't breathe like that. We've forgotten how to breathe properly. So this is, it's kind of twofold. It's giving you a meditation experience, and it's also increasing the oxygen in your body and reminding you of, oh, that's how I'm supposed to breathe. So from there, what I would say for meditation is choose one of those places where you felt the breath the most in your body. And it might be the nostril point, chest, or abdomen. And in the likely event, when your mind comes to interrupt our practice and take you off somewhere else on this big thought trip to do something other than what we're doing, bring your focus back to your anchor, to that place you've chosen, nostril, chest, or abdomen. Receive a couple of deep breaths there. And then you can come back to what we're practicing versus letting your monkey mind take you everywhere but this moment. Yeah, and you know what? Even that is a meditation practice, just that much. So there was, what did that take us? 2 minutes, 3 minutes? There's a 3-minute meditation that you could do at any point in your day. And you don't even have to close your eyes. Nobody knows you're doing it. If you're at the hospital waiting for an appointment, if you're sitting in the doctor's office because the doctor's late again and you're waiting and waiting, why not spend a few minutes in meditation? Eyes wide open. Where do I feel the breath the most? Or go through those same 3 places. And it's a great way to relax you and distract your mind from that wait while you have to wait anyhow. You may as well be doing something productive. Unfortunately, in this point in life, probably everyone can say something similar, but I have had family members and friends going through cancer journeys. And sadly, I have one going through one right now that probably will not survive her journey. It is lung and bone cancer. So unfortunately, she's got to a point where she will be moving into palliative care. So I do unfortunately have that experience. I think many people at this point in the world have experience with cancer, it's either someone they've known, a person in their family member, or a friend of a friend. And it's such a really challenging time. I had a student who attended one of my classes who was going through a breast cancer journey, and she was with the HopeSpring Cancer Support Centre. I hadn't heard of HopeSpring at that point. At that point, I wasn't even faced by cancer. Nobody really around me. I mean, my grandmother had leukemia, but she had passed in a different way. So that was it was years ago. I was a small child. So cancer at that point hadn't really affected my life. So when I heard about this opportunity to teach yoga, I thought maybe it's something I should try and maybe see what I can do to help people that are going through a cancer journey with the tools and techniques that I'm certified to offer. I believe it comes down to service and offering help to people, again, with the tools that are in what I'll call my medicine bag. These are ancient practices, yoga and meditation, the healing arts. These are things that have been practiced for over 2,000 years. If it's worked for 2,000 years, it's got to be working now. So maybe we can use this to help people to relax into their experience and work towards healing mind, body, and spirit. If we were practicing yoga, and this goes for either yoga for symptom management or yoga for cancer recovery, this is a practice we potentially could take into either. Now, every yoga practice is different, so each week we would explore something different. But here's something that we potentially would explore, and it's a little movement that takes us through a warrior posture. So we might start at the top of the mat with the big toes slightly closer than the heels. And I might instruct you to inhale the arms up halfway and exhale to namaste. As you inhale, I'd say step the right foot back, turning the toes out of the heels in, keeping your hips squared off to the top end of the mat. As you exhale, bend into that left knee, tuck the tailbone under, and lift the sternum closer to your thumbs. Keeping your shoulders back and down, perhaps you'll start to take your hands up closer to the ceiling. If your shoulders are tender, maybe you have had surgery, your hands might just cover in front of your face somewhere. Or if it feels comfortable, take the arms all the way up and into the air. Then as you exhale, press the walls away, let the arms descend. Step your right foot forward and come back to the top of the mat. Then the same thing on the other side. We would inhale the arms up halfway, exhale to namaste, left foot steps back, toes out and heels in. Bend into your right knee. Again, hips stay squared off forward. Tuck the tailbone under, lift the sternum. You could leave your arms low or begin to transition, taking your arms high to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, you could press the walls away. Stepping the left foot forward and release. Then we might pick up the pace a little bit and just do that on the breath. So let me guide you through it. It would inhale, step back. Exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower the arms down. Inhale, step the right foot forward, and exhale. Just for balance, let's do the other side. Inhale, step back. Exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, lower your arms down. Inhale, left foot forward, and exhale. So that perhaps would be some way that we would guide you through a meditation or a yoga, practice. Yeah, absolutely. Now we also can change things so that it can be done in a chair. In fact, I've had people practice lying in a bed, and someone who is in palliative care did exactly that. They practiced yoga lying on their back in the bed and found it very helpful to help them to relax. So you could inhale the arms up halfway, exhaling namaste. You can straighten the left leg out to the side, keep the right knee bent. And just like we did while standing a moment ago, you can take your hands up a little bit of the way or take them up all of the way. Exhaling, releasing it. And again, this is something that I would guide you through in the event you came to the practice and said, I can't do the standing postures, I need something seated. So I would modify the practice for you in that fashion. Come to class. We really would love to spend time with you. We'd love to meet you and help you work through your journey. And all of the programs, not just the ones that I facilitate, but anything that HopeSpring offers, it's fantastic. It is top-notch, and you will find a group of people who are more than supportive and more than willing to help you through your journey.